this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. We're looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, today's support, resistance and pivot levels and the Fibonacci's. It is Friday the 15th of October. Looking at Bitcoin against the US dollar and the hourly candlesticks, bearish start to the day. Going to see Bitcoin move through the pivot at 57,566 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 58,276. Support from the broader market will be needed to break back through to 58,000 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level. And yesterday's high at 58,488 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Bitcoin target 60,000 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 59,199. Failure to move through the pivot, bring the first major support level 56,643 into play. Barring an extended stuff on the day, Bitcoin should still well clear sub 55s. Second major support level at 55,933 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, widening of the bearish histograms coming off the back of yesterday's late pullback and this morning's losses, so keep an eye out for further widening there. On the EMAs, 50s holding its ground against the 100 and the 200, just a slight narrowing, so look out for any narrowing on the 100 that would put further pressure on Bitcoin. So key would be to move through the pivot at 57,566 back through to 58,000 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will be in play. Moving across to Ethereum against US dollar, also bearish. Going to see Ethereum avoid the pivot at 3736 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 3884. Support will be needed for Ethereum to break out from yesterday's high 3828.84. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap the upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ethereum target 4,000 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 3977. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level of 3644 into play. Barring an extended sell on the day, Ethereum should still well clear sub 3400 levels. Second major support level of 3496 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, slight widening of the bearish histograms at the turn of the day after yesterday's late bearish cross, so keep an eye out for direction there. On the EMAs, that's still a bullish signal, however, 50 continuing to pull away from the 100 and the 200, suggesting further upside ahead. So key, avoid the pivot at 3736, break back through to 3800 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Litecoin against US dollar, particularly bearish start to the day. Going to need to see Litecoin move through the pivot at 182 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 186. Support will be needed for Litecoin to break out from 185 levels. So barring an extended rally on, they expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 186.52 to cap the upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Litecoin target 195s before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 191. Failure to move back through the pivot would bring the 23.6% fib at 178 and the first major support level at 177 back into play. Barring an extended stuff on the day, Litecoin should stay clear sub 170s. Second major support level at 172 should limit the downside. Looking at MACDs, widening of the bearish histograms at the turn of the day coming off the back of this morning's sell-off. So look out for further widening there. On the MA, 50 has flattened on the 100 and the 200. So need to keep an eye out there as well. Any further narrowing on the 100 would put further pressure on Litecoin. So key, move through the pivot at 182 and break back through to 185 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will remain in play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against US dollar, particularly bearish start to the day. Going to see Ripple's XRP move through the pivot at 1.1364 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 1.1554. Support from the broader market will be needed for Ripple's XRP to break back through to 1.15. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 1.158 to cap the upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ripple's XRP target 1.2s before any pullback. Second major resistance level, so it's at 1.1770. Failure to move back through that first major support level, it's just falling back through the first major support level at 1.1147, would bring the second major support level at 1.0957 into play. Barring an extended sell on the day, however, Ripple's XRP should avoid the 38.2% fib at 1.0659. Looking at the MACDs, widening of the bearish histograms at the turn of the day coming off the back of this morning's pullback. On the EMAs, also seeing the 50 close in on the 100, so putting further pressure on Ripple's XRP, so look out for a further narrowing there. So key would be to move back through the first major resistance level at 1.1147 and through the pivot at 1.1364 to then bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, and support levels will remain in play.